And we welcome you to Beckley, West Virginia. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting girls high school basketball. It's the Lady Patriots from Parkersburg South taking on the Lady Flying Eagles from Beckley, Woodrow Wilson. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And Eric, we think we're going to be in for a great game here tonight as we start the beginning of our 2021-2022 high school basketball season here on Video Production. For Parkersburg South, as I mentioned, they are 1-0. They defeated Hurricanes 62-31. This is the opening act for Brian Neighbors' Beckley Flying Eagle Club.
Yeah, and this is a good game to start the season. No cupcakes here tonight. Both of these teams look to be, tournament bound in March, so it's going to be a stern test for the Flying Eagles tonight.
One thing for Beckley, the roster has changed a little bit. There are two players that they felt was going to be a major impact of this year's team is no longer on the team, and that was Keontae Thomas and Keontae Thompson. And you and I both felt she had a chance to be a All-Stater, and Coach Brian Neighbors felt she had a chance perhaps to be Player of the Year, and also Camille Fenton, who was a starter last year, no longer neither one of those girls on the team, but they've got some pretty good freshmen that will be stepping up, and they'll get their opportunity here tonight.
Yeah, and you hate to see, any team lose a few players, but, it's just time for the younger generation, the younger kids to step up. As you said, had a chance to view a couple of the freshmen that are probably not the starting lineup for Coach Neighbors tonight, and they're a lot more advanced than, freshmen usually are.
And you and I talked a little bit before we came on the air. I want to get your take, as you can share this with the audience. Since Parkersburg South has played a game, and as I mentioned, they beat Hurricane 62-31. In that game, they had two girls in double figures, with Skylar Bosley, who scored 16, and Gracie Shamblin also had 16, and two other girls on the brink of double figures, Brooke Sandy with 8 and Hannah Wingraves with 8. So how much, if any, that is an advantage for South already playing one game, as we mentioned, the opening act tonight for Beckley?
Yeah, well, I think early on in the game that could be advantage Parkersburg South, because if you want to work out any kinks, they've already had one game. They start, a couple of young players as well, a couple of sophomores, so they've had a chance, to get a game feel, and it'll be a big difference coming up from middle school to high school level for the freshmen. It may take them a quarter to settle down their nerves.
And for the Lady Flying Eagles, they're going to be led by two seniors. Olivia Zokowski, just coming off of volleyball. I want to congratulate Olivia. She made All-State in volleyball, and she's been a major part of this girls' basketball program. And Adriana Law, who's a big part of this team a couple of years ago, she was out with injury pretty much all of last year. She returns tonight as well.
Yeah, and that's a big gain getting Adriana back, because she was, like you said, off the bench, integral part of that team. That team had a real shot in the COVID-shortened season of maybe cutting down the nets in March that year. But and Olivia Zilkowski, anytime you can make All-State and you're a multiple sport player, she's going to be game ready, and she always gives it 100%.
Yeah, no doubt Olivia Zukowski will be the leader of this team in the start here of the season and throughout the course of the season. Both teams out on the floor warming up. We're going to take our first break as you're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
We welcome you back to Beckley, West Virginia with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, and getting ready to tip the game at the bottom of the hour of girls basketball between Parkersburg South 1-0 and Beckley. This is their first game of the 2021-2022 season. And, of course, you know, Eric, you and I, we've known the Beckley Brain Trust for a long time. And Brian Neighbors, he feels that he's got another really, really good team, and feels that the way he is scheduled, too, he's got a lot of quality teams on his schedule, as Beckley always does. So, as you mentioned earlier in your first segment, not starting out with any cupcakes, starting out with a very good opponent in Parkersburg South.
And you know that, and that's the thing that Coach Neighbors wants to instill in these girls. He wants this program, he wants to lift this program up to be a top 5 program competing for state championships every year. So you don't get that way by playing teams of lesser talent. Throw your girls out there and see what it's like.
And Eric, we had talked about Beckley's 2 senior leaders in Olivia Zokowski and Adriana Law. And we also touched briefly on a couple of freshmen that will start tonight for Beckley, and that'll be point guard Abby Dillon and also Josie Cross. So we'll get a look at those 2 freshman sensations that will making their debut tonight.
Yeah, and and we had a chance to talk off the mic about the younger generation now. There's so many camps, so many AAU games, so much travel basketball, and I think girls and guys as well, they're a lot more advanced than when you and I played. Getting repetition. Basketball is repetition, and the more you can play, the better you become.
Yeah, Eric, I played so long ago, every time you made a basket, you had to bring it back to midcourt and have a jump ball. That's how long ago it's been since I played. It's been over 40 years since I played.
Yeah, I mean, and just think about how the game has changed. Three-point line is really – most teams spread it out and they shoot it. I expect to see a lot of threes tonight, and just the way the game has changed. I like it. It's a fun, exciting game now.
We're going to go ahead and take our second pregame break, and we'll come back and we'll get you ready for the game at the bottom of the hour between Parkersburg South 1-0 and Beckley playing their first game of the season. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Hey, my name is Joseph, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nuggets is they're so good every single time. You bite into that nugget, and it's just so crispy, but somehow juicy, that perfect balance. And then if you just grab a couple sauces, you're going to be in heaven.
Hey, I'm Chambray, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is how rich and cheesy it is. I just scoop the crispy top, and it's so good. It's so homey. It's like, wow, thank you. I needed that.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Beckley, as I'm Maris Lowry along with Eric Thomas, and we have our football crew with us, Eric. And We have the heavy hitter on hand tonight, Mr. Nick Askins, with camera, and of course our director and producer, Andrew Boland. And Eric, let me just say, just hats off to you of what a great year that I felt you and I had covering football. It was really a lot of fun. I know we didn't get a chance maybe to really talk so much about football because as soon as football ended for us, we didn't have much of a turnaround time before we were ready for basketball.
Yeah, right back into it, just how we like it. If it's something ends with ball, we usually watch it. So it was a great season of local football. We covered Shady, Liberty, and Independence, and of course Independence making that run, the state title game and finishing runner-up.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Also, just want to mention real quickly the JV game between these two teams. Parkersburg South won that by the score of 47-29. So we're going to take our final pregame break, come back, we'll give you the lineups and get the ball in the air and get this one going as you're watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall at West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional.
And we welcome you back to Beckley, getting ready for this girls basketball game between the Parkersburg South Lady Patriots 1-0 and the Lady Flying Eagles of Beckley, their first game of the season. The opening lineups of the ball game brought to you by Giovanni's Mamma Mia, with 2 locations to serve you. Check them out down in Glen Daniel, and you can also at Leicester Square in Sophia. Have delicious food. They fed us throughout the course of football season. They'll also be feeding us during basketball season. And hats off to Giovanni's Mamma Mia. So for the opening lineup, the starters for Parkersburg South 1-0. Here's Eric.
Okay, Parkersburg South will go like this. They will go with Skylar Bosley. She's a senior. She had 16 points in the opening win against Hurricane. And they'll go with Brooke Sandy, Gracie Shamblin, who also netted 16 points, Carly Schaefer, and rounding out the starting lineup is Skylar Bosley.
For the Lady Flying Eagles, they'll go this way. They'll have 2 freshmen in the lineup. The point guard will be Abby Dillon, and as I mentioned, she's a freshman. Also, Josie Cross, a freshman. And then up front for the Lady Flying Eagles, actually they'll go with the third guard, which will be Latacia Creasy, and then up front will be Adriana Law, and then, of course, the team leader, Olivia Zolkowski. Both Zolkowski and Law are seniors. As we get ready for the playing of the national anthem, of course, Beckley will be wearing the home white uniforms, trimmed in maroon. Parkersburg South, the navy blue, trimmed in white and red. So we'll have the playing of the national anthem, the introduction of the players, and then we'll have the ball in the air and get the season underway here on Video Production. So here is the playing of our national anthem here at the gymnasium here at Beckley Woodrow Wilson. There you have the playing of the national anthem. And now we'll have the introduction on the PA of the players, and while they're doing that, it'll be time for the Keys to the First Half. And Keys to the First Half is brought to you by Beckley Auto Mall. Go see Rick Lewis, Mike Earhart, Chuck Bentley, or John Fornash, and you can get the keys to the vehicle that you're looking for that will best fit your budget. Well, Eric, I know you haven't had a chance to really watch either one of these teams, but basketball is very basic. And so what is your Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half?
Well, the keys to the first half for Parkersburg South being the road team, you pretty much want to come in and probably control the tempo and put pressure on the freshman guard play of the Beckley Flying Eagles. And for the Coach Neighbors Flying Eagles, they really need to limit their turnovers, and probably Olivia Zilkowski needs to really control the glass.
Yeah, I think we can look for Zukowski, and it'll be interesting to see since Adriana Law has not played in really well over a year because of her injury. As you mentioned earlier in our earlier segment, she was on that team that made a strong run before COVID shut the season down. Beckley was in the state semifinals and was really had a lot of momentum, and then she really didn't play at all last year due to an injury. So it'll be interesting to see how she gets going in the first game.
Yeah, she most certainly may have a little rust, so you're right. Maybe knock down a couple of shots early and get that confidence back, after that long layoff.
Once again, the starting lineups for Parkersburg South, it'll be Skylar Bosley, Carly Schaefer, Gracie Shamlin, Brooke Sandy, and Hannah Wingrave. For the Lady Flying Eagles, it'll be Letitia Creasy, it'll be Olivia Zolkowski, Josie Cross, Abby Dillon, and Adriana Law. And we're moments away from getting the game started. Beckley will be wearing, as I mentioned, the home white uniforms with gray numbers trimmed in maroon. Those look like new digs. I don't recall them having gray numbers and Lady Eagles on in gray before. I thought it was in maroon last year. And they've got the gray pullovers, the shooting shirts. So the Flying Eagles breaking out some new digs here for the game.
Yeah, some new gear. Probably did a little fundraising.
Well,
when
you're successful as the ladies team has been over the last several years under the tutelage of Brian Neighbors, people are willing to help.
Yeah, and that's for sure. And I like to see people getting behind women's basketball because it's it's on TV a lot, and women's basketball has really come to the forefront. You and I watch a lot of college women's basketball.
Yeah, me being a Notre Dame fan, and Notre Dame's had really good success, for the last 20 years in women's basketball. In Connecticut, outstanding. We were just talking off air. It was a shame to see Connecticut's top player that went down with an injury, going to miss 6 to 8 weeks.
Just a non-contact injury. That was tough to watch, actually.
And Eric, actually, if you remember this, or if you know this, I'm sure you do, this is the only jump ball of the game to start the game. They don't have any other jump balls, and eventually, I think they're going to get rid of it all.
Yeah, and I actually like it because I thought it kind of bogged down the game a lot.
Right.
So.
It'll be Hannah Wingrave in the center circle for Parkersburg South, jumping against Olivia Zolkowski. Ball in the air, we're underway, and the tip is controlled by the Lady Flying Eagles. Going to the basket to my right is Abby Dillon. South looks like going to be back in the zone. Adriana Law with it. Looks over the zone. Gets the ball into the corner. Creasy gets the ball down low. Here's a short shot put up by Cross. It's no good. Offensive rebound back by Adriana Law. No good. Beckley fighting for it, and coming out there with it is Parkersburg South. Shamlin brings the ball across the midcourt stripe. Ball is loose. Creasy picks it up. There's a turnover. Creasy crosses the midcourt stripe. Nice bounce pass to Zukowski, and then Zukowski took an extra step. He's ahead with the bounce pass left of the lane, and Beckley will turn it over. 30 seconds into the game, as you can see on your screen, and no score. Beckley and Parkersburg South. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions.
It looks like Beckley's going to try to extend the defense and force tempo.
And here's a little bit of just like a lot of contact and no whistle, and they're going to say the ball goes out of bounds, and South will keep the possession. So putting the ball in play on the baseline will be Skylar Bosley. She scored 16 in their win over Hurricane. She puts the ball in play and gets the ball out here over to Brooke Sandy. Sandy into the paint, puts up a 10-footer, no good. Law clears the rebound. Beckley back the other way. Here's Adriana Law with it on the dribble. South back in the zone, gives the ball to Abby Dillon. She'll reset the offense. Dillon looks at the zone. Brings the ball to the right wing, over to Creasy, round the horn, goes to Law. That's her spot, Eric. 3-ball on its way. Got it! From downtown, Adriana Law scores the first points of the season. She rains a 3 from the left side, and Beckley's up 3-0.
And that's the way to get the rust off of you right there, Maris.
South trying to answer with the 3. It's no good. That 3 put up by Skylar Bosley, and here come the Lady Flying Eagles on the attack. Dillon with it now, over to Creasy. Creasy thought about the 3, back to Dillon. Dillon will back it out, reset the offense. Dillon will get the ball to cross between the circles over to Law. Law looks, trying to maybe get the ball down low to Zolkowski. She puts it on the deck, takes it into the corner, brings it back out to Creasy. Creasy penetrates, tries to get a pass, and it's stolen away. Beckley turns it over. Here's South. They got numbers 2-on-1. The short shot in the lane is no good. The shot put up by Sandy, and we have a foul on the play as we watch the Little General instant replay, Eric.
And right here, Beckley does a good job of swinging the ball, shifting the defense, and Adriana is able to knock down the long ball.
You know, she's always had a really nice shot, and when she's able to knock down the three, she can create the dribble, off the dribble to the rack.
Yeah, and that was it just looked good as it left her hands.
Here's Beckley turning it over. Here's South going coast to coast. See if they get the layup. They missed the short shot. That shot was put up by Shamlin, and it'll go out of bounds back to Beckley.
Yeah, and Parkersburg South, not the start you want on the road. They're starting 0 for 4 from the field.
So Parkersburg South a little cold. We're 2 minutes into the game. We've got one field goal made. That was by Beckley's Adriana Law. It's a 3-0 Flying Eagle lead. They get the ball down low, right of the lane. Zolkowski turn around, short shot and scores. Olivia Zolkowski from about 4 feet right of the lane, and Beckley leads 5-0. As you can see on your screen, 5:50 for quarter number one. And South turns it over.
And that'll be South's second turnover of the game. So right now they have almost as many turnovers as they have shots on goal.
And Beckley has shot pretty good, too, making 2 of their first 4 field goal attempts.
Yeah, and that's, it's a shot-making game. If you make shots, it makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah, a lot of good things happen. Here's Adriana Law. She'll lean in, put up the short shot, and it is short. It's an air ball, and South comes out of there with the rebound. Here's Parkersburg South on the attack. Bosley with it. Left of the lane, 10-footer, no good. Dillon clears the rebound. Beckley leading. You can see on your screen, 5-0. Here's Dillon with it over to Adriana Law. South back in the zone. Law on the dribble. And Eric will get into it just in a minute of how you think Beckley should attack this zone.
So right now, I think they're trying to get the defense to shift, and it looks like they need to bring someone up maybe a little high post in this 3-2 zone to try to penetrate. And
there's Dillon, as you mentioned, try to penetrate, and they're going to have a held ball possession there over the South.
Yes, and right there, you really need to get the defense to shift to try to create some driving lanes. Right there, I think Dillon was just a little too quick trying to dribble in there amongst the trees.
And of course, you can bust up a zone if you can have a few more of threes by Adriana Law like she made on her first attempt. So here's South back with the ball. Beckley up 5-0. Here's a three from the left side by South. In and out, no good. That shot was taken by Wingraves, and back the other way come the Flying Eagles. Pulling up left elbow was Law over to Dillon. Whips a pass inside, and the ball's taken away. And South comes out of there with it as Beckley turns it over. South back the other way with Bosley. Here's a pass down low, right of the lane, short shot, good. And scoring the first bucket for South is Brooke Sandy. And South is on the board, 5-2, the Beckley lead with 4:22 remaining here in the opening quarter.
See, right now, South with the zone is really controlling the tempo. It really seems to bother the Flying Eagles, Lady Flying Eagles.
And here's Dillon with a 3 ball, in and out, no good. I think you're right. I think even that shot Dillon took, Eric, she's a little further out than maybe she'd like.
Yeah, they're making them extend their offense, that's for sure.
Here's South on the attack, getting in the lane, pass to the right side, 3 ball on its way by South, not close. That drew nothing but glass. That shot was put up by Shamlin. And Beckley comes out of there with it with Abby Dillon. Dillon out high. But I think you're right, Eric. I think the zone has given the Beckley offense a little trouble right now in the early going.
Yeah, it's like right now that it's dictating the tempo, and Abby's having real trouble controlling the offense.
And as you say that, you're right, Beckley turns it over. I think the best point, controlling that's the 5th turnover, but you're right, the tempo. Beckley wants to play a much faster game, and by playing that zone, you're right, it's controlled the game and slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, and it's really, and Beckley's really playing into the zone because they're really not swinging the ball side to side to get the zone to shift and not making any shots, any outside shots as well.
So here's South. They try to get the ball into the paint. There's a new player into the ball game for South as the ball is knocked out of bounds. The new player is Abby Smith, and they threw the ball into the low post. The ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with South. South will inbound in the corner, get the ball to Shamlin. She put it on the deck. Now Shamlin gets the ball over to Bailey. Bailey goes in, puts up the shot. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with South again.
And right now, Beckley's doing a good job of pressuring Shamlin and forcing her into probably some uncharacteristic shots.
Well, Beckley's defense has been good. They've just haven't been able to figure out the zone South is playing as we're in the opening quarter, and Beckley up 5-2. Out high between the circles is Shamlin. They whip the ball to the left side of the court. Ball goes to Bosley. Now back out high to Shamblin. She'll shoot a shot just inside the 3 line and knock it down. So the shot is good by Shamblin, and after Beckley scored the first 5, South has scored the last 4. Here's Creasy with the 3. That ball just grazes the iron, and here comes South with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Here's a pass to Smith, head of the lane, puts up the short shot, no good. Adriana Law comes out of there with the rebound. Law behind the back, picks up the ball. Now she loses it, and there's a scramble for the loose ball on the floor. And the held ball will keep it with Beckley. But, Eric, I know that's instinct sometimes to take the ball behind your back, but that time I think that's what helped South be able to tie Beckley up.
Yeah, the defender was able to chase up and taking it behind your back in traffic. You need to take it behind your back as you're making a move to the basket, not just, at the top of the key.
So Beckley will dip into their bench. And checking into the game will be Hazelwood. Jolene Hazelwood will check into the game, 5'2" junior for the Lady Flying Eagles. Schaefer's back into the game for South. Beckley leading 5-4. Here's a pass to Creasy, getting the ball down low to Zokowski. Zokowski, and she turns right into traffic, and it's a held ball. It'll go back over to South. But I think that's a good play where Beckley wants to go, because I think Zokowski, if she can get the ball in the low post, Eric, she can do work.
Yeah, right. I think they have the advantage down low, but with this 3-2 zone extended, they're having trouble getting into the post.
And I think Coach Neighbors trying to speed up the tempo by putting full court pressure on South. Here's a 3, right side. It's good. The 3 ball by South. That is Grace Sandy just checked into the game, and South has their first lead, 7-5 at the 2:20 mark of quarter number 1. Creasy with it. Looks at the zone. Still on the dribbles, Creasy. Gets the ball over to Dillon, left of the lane. Gets the ball inside of Zokowski. Zokowski had the ball knocked out of her hands, and Beckley turns it over. Here comes South. Back on the attack. South with the ball now. Sandy with it. Passes the ball over for a 3. There's 2 Sandys in the game right now as we'll watch this instant replay, Eric.
Right here on the shot, great penetration and kick, and able to knock down the 3 ball. The Patriots. And if you're the Patriots, Parkersburg had to feel good about how the first quarter was going. They were not knocking down any shots, but they were stymieing Beckley with the zone, and now able to take the lead with a big 3 ball.
Yeah, Beckley's been stuck on 5 for the longest time as Law has it way out high, right side. She penetrates the right baseline. A little floater comes up short. The rebound comes out long, and South has it. Grace Sandy into the game. There's 2 Sandys on the floor for Parkersburg South. Here's straightaway 3 on its way. It's good, and that 3 ball is knocked down by Grace Sandy. And South has doubled Beckley up 10-5, so it's a 10-0 run by Parkersburg South. And here's Beckley having trouble getting the ball in. We've got another held ball as we watch this instant replay.
Yeah, Grace Sandy is actually came off the bench to knock down two long balls to give this early 5-point lead to Parkersburg South.
Yeah, after South down 5-0, Eric, they've scored the last 10, and they take a 10-5 lead. So let's see if Beckley can break this drought. They've been stuck on 5 as Law tries to get the ball inside of Zokowski, and they turn it over. But Parkersburg South is going to say, Beckley, if you're going to beat us, you have to beat us from the perimeter. They're not going to let Zokowski get the ball down low and beat us.
And right now, like as you said, the Beckley Lady Flying Eagles are stuck on 5 with 7 turnovers. Not the kind of start that Coach Neighbors wanted out of his ball club.
Hannah Wingrave checks back into the South lineup. Beckley trying to extend the pressure, trying to maybe change the tempo of the game. Here's South with it. They break the pressure. They get the ball into the front court, into the lane. New player into the game, Taylor Graham. And Graham will lose the ball, and it'll be a turnover, and it'll go back to Beckley.
Well, she actually shot the ball and not able to draw any iron right there. Beckley, they're doing what they need to do right now, extending that pressure because this zone is really, really, really giving them trouble.
Yeah, it has given them fits. As here's Dillon with the ball. Zokowski sets a pick, head of the lane, trying to get the ball in the corner, and Beckley turns it over again. So Beckley's struggling with the turnovers. That's double-digit turnovers. As here's South with the ball now. South on a 10-0 run, and they lead in the game 10-5. We're under a minute for the quarter. Here's South, penetrates into the lane, and we've got a held ball, and it'll stay with South.
Yeah, Abby Dillon does a good job on the rotation of getting her hands in the cookie jar and tying up the Parkersburg South player.
So Gracie Shamblin will check back into the lineup. There's 2 Shamblins on the team, and there's 2 Sandys on the team for South. So South has the ball with 35 seconds left in the quarter. And with the ball now is Shamblin, Gracie Shamblin. Gets the pass over to Brooke Sandy. Now here's a shot just inside the 3 line, and it's no good, but South gets the offensive rebound, and that's Grace Sandy coming down for an extra chance for South. Here's a runner into the lane put up by Gracie Shamblin, no good. Here's Beckley, the final 15 seconds of the quarter. Dillon in the front court. Dillon's going to launch a 3-ball. Got it, and a much-needed 3-ball. Abby Dillon hits a 3, and that breaks a 10-0 South run. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Here's South. They got time to get a good shot. They race down the floor, shot up in the lanes, no good, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end. After one, your scores, Parkersburg South 10, Beckley 8. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
Motley's Plumbing and Heating of Beckley, West Virginia is now hiring journeyman or master plumbers. You must have a West Virginia plumbing license and a valid driver's license. All interested parties may apply at Motley's Plumbing and Heating at 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Or interested applicants can call 304-253-HELP. Once again, you may apply in person at Motley's Plumbing and Heating, 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Motley's Plumbing and Heating is an equal opportunity employer.
Unlock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Welcome back to Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. South leads Beckley 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, ready for the second quarter. But, Eric, you have the shooting numbers for quarter number one.
Yeah, Beckley only got 9 shots on goal, Maris. They finished 1 of 5 from 2 of 4 from long distance for 3 of 9 in the quarter. Parkersburg South got up double the shots, 4 of 18 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, and 2 of 12 from the field.
And, you know, Eric, you talk about there was 10 threes correct taken between the two teams. That's why we didn't have a foul shot taken, because we had all the perimeter stuff, and the zone that South put on Beckley, I think, really gave Beckley a lot of problems in that first quarter.
Yeah, I think in this second period they're going to have to try to figure out a way, that being Beckley, of figuring out a way to solve this zone with penetration, or either bringing up, setting some screens for Abby, and let her get a clear path to the goal.
So here's Beckley to start the second quarter with the possession, and Beckley down 2 as Dillon hit a 3 right there in the final seconds of the quarter. She launches a 3 there to start the second quarter, and it's no good, and here comes South. South on the run, gets the ball on the left side. Here's a 3-ball. Actually, it's a 2-ball, foot on the line, and she knocks it down, and that shot was made by Brooke Sandy, and that's a 12-8 South lead. Here's Dillon with it. New player in the game, Sarah Hopkins, checks into the Beckley lineup. Get the ball to Creasy in the left corner. Creasy throws it away. Here comes Parkersburg South now. Creasy, after she throws it away, Creasy able to steal it back, and then she can't handle it, and it goes back over to Parkersburg South.
Yeah, and once again, turnovers. I have them down. That's their 10th turnover of the game.
As we watch that last replay is how South hit that last shot. So South leading in the game 12-8. Not quite a minute here into the second quarter. Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas here in Beckley. Here's a 3-ball, which is an air ball, and that shot was put up by Bosley. Back the other way is Beckley. Here's Hopkins over to Dillon, back to Hopkins, and she shoots a 3, and she's fouled. And Eric, for the first time in this game, will have free throws.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 free throws for that's Sarah Hopkins, who just checked into the ball game. I didn't see who that was whistled on there.
Yeah, I didn't see who they called the foul on. It's just the second team foul. Beckley yet to be called for a foul. So Sarah Hopkins at the line to shoot 3, and the first one is no good. You know, the one thing, Eric, Sarah Hopkins, you know, she played significant last year. I know she's played JV last year and this year, but she played some significant minutes last year on the varsity level.
Yeah, she has a good-looking stroke at the free throw line as she knocks down that one. Nice follow-through.
Zokowski back into the game. So she's 1-1 at the line, and here's her third opportunity. Like the old days in the NBA, Eric, 3 chances to make 2. That was way back in the day, in the early 70s, before you were born. Here's the next free throw, and it's no good. So Hopkins makes 1 of 3, but Beckley does get the offensive rebound and keep the possession alive. Dillon with it. gets the ball into the corner. Now they go down low. Here's a little short shot, and that shot was put up no good. An offensive rebound put back by Law. That was Nelson who had checked into the game and did a good job on the offensive glass. But Adriana Law able to clean up the miss, Eric, and get the hoop in the harm, and will try to polish off a three-point play and tie the game.
And Adriana did a good job, Maris, of going to the weak side and getting the rebound, forcing it up through contact, making the two, and let's see if she can complete the three.
And she cannot. South clears the rebound, so Beckley just 1 of 4 at the free throw line. South yet to get there. In fact, Beckley has yet to commit a foul. South has 3 team fouls, and South has a 1-point lead, as you can see, 12-11. Here's a shot straight away. That shot is put up and no good. That shot put up by Grace Sandy, I beg your pardon. And here's Abby Dillon with it in the front court for Beckley. Dillon on the dribble, way out high. Once again, South packing it in that zone. And the pass comes to here to the near side, Adriana Law. Law gets knocked to the floor, and that'll be a foul on South. And that foul will go against Schaefer, and it'll be a side out for Beckley.
Yeah, Schaefer just got a little too aggressive. I think Adriana was about to trip on her own, but the reach in, was going to be called. A lot of the fans didn't like it, but I think it was the correct call by the refs that time.
So Beckley down a point. As you can see on your screen, 6:25 for the half, and Beckley will inbound the ball. Here's Abby Dillon with it. Dillon gets the ball to Nelson. Around the horn they go. Law sets her feet. 3 ball. It's no good, but she's fouled on a 3. And Law will get back to the line to shoot 3 free throws. But that's an area, Eric, that is a good shot for Adriana Law because she can make that shot on a consistent basis.
And you're right. 2 years ago, she was a knockdown shooter for this Flying Eagle team. Right now they're struggling at the free throw line. They're 1 of 4.
And the free throw is no good. As we watch the replay, you can see as they swing it, and there's the foul, clearly a foul.
Yeah, it was a foul. Got caught on the closeout. You need to run past the shooter, not straight at it.
And Adriana Law makes the middle free throw. She got another one coming. So Beckley's attempted 6 free throws and only made 2. And we're even at 12. And Adriana Law can give Beckley the lead if she can knock this down. Creasy back into the game as Dillon has a seat. So here's Adriana Law. She's 1 of 1 at the line. Free throw on its way. Good. So she ends up making 2 of 3. And Beckley's 3 of 7 at the line. And Beckley regains the lead 13-12. Here's South on the attack. Down the lane. Puts up a short shot. We've got an offensive foul. Good defense by Beckley as they'll get Skylar Bosley with the charge. And we'll watch the replay.
We watch this on the instant replay. I don't know quite if the defender was quite set. But the refs have the final say.
Well, one of the things, Eric, I think the reason because she was further out from the basket, she wasn't, they have that imaginary line, and she wasn't up underneath, and Hopkins took the charge. So nevertheless, it'll be Beckley's ball with a 1-point advantage. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Hopkins around the horn to Law. That's her spot. She'll put it on the deck, try to get into the paint. She throws it away. Here's South, back the other way. 3 ball on the right side, no good. That 3 ball put up by Bosley. It's out of bounds to Beckley.
And South's doing a great job of getting looks, just not able to knock down anything right now. Lid is on a basket right now.
South has missed their last 4 field goal attempts. So Beckley with the ball up 1, 13-12, as you can see on your screen. 5:40 and counting here till halftime. Creasy over to Adriana Law. Law spots up. Thought about the 3. Creasy will shoot the 3. That's too long. It's an air ball. Hopkins will save it, throw it back in, but right to South. Here comes South on the attack, going in right of the lane, put up the shot, no good. That was good defense by Creasy to get back and make that a very difficult shot for Brooke Sandy.
And that was a great job, as you said, of Creasy. She missed the 3 attempt, but did not hang her head and got back in transition defense and able to stop the layup.
So here's South with it. They thought about the corner 3. Here's attack to the basket, misses the short shot. That was by Bosley. She's probably not going to miss too many of them, and Bosley has turned her ankle. She's hurt behind the play, and now they do the right thing and they blow it dead. But Bosley, as she went to the basket, Eric, let's see if we can get a replay on that and kind of see what happened.
Yeah, she splits the defenders, Maris, right here on the little general instant replay. Oh, she came down, looks like on
Zokowski's foot.
Zokowski's foot and turned that ankle. Let's hope it's not too serious and she can get back on the floor.
So Nelson will come out of the game.
And we have a new player coming in, Camille Reed, for Parkersburg South.
So Beckley will inbound the ball on the baseline with Adriana Law. Beckley up a point, as you can see on your screen, trying to get the ball inside. And that's one thing. When Beckley did get the ball in the first quarter inside of Zokowski, she was able to score.
Yeah, that's just it. Now, it seems like they're switching up their defense to a 1-2-2 now back into a 3-2.
Trying to push Beckley further out. Adriana Law with it. Now Zukowski between the circles of the high post. Zukowski puts it on the deck, trying to get to the rim, and they steal it from her. Back the other way is South. South in the front court. They got numbers, and they end up shooting a 3. It doesn't matter. She missed it. It actually was a 2, but they do get the putback, and South regains the lead at 14-13, and Beckley coach Brian Neighbors wants a timeout. So we'll take it with him with 4:37 left in the half. It's a 1-point lead for South, 14-13. You're watching girls basketball here streaming on video production.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We welcome you back to Beckley with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Out of the timeout, Eric Beckley has the ball down a point, 14-13.
Yeah, and right now, Maris, I think this zone, when we keep stating this, but they just have to seem to figure out to run some zone offense.
And Beckley throws it away. Another thing, too, Beckley not being able to get in transition to get easy baskets. Here's going to the basket, heart of the basket, right of the lane by Brooke Sandy. She misses the shot, and Beckley has it. And we got a double dribble, and Beckley will turn it over.
That'll be their 14th turnover of the half.
You know, and that's one thing that Coach Neighbors, both Brian and Gene, all the years when I covered Beckley on radio, they would always want to know how many turnovers they had, and I'd always say too many, and both of them being guards, you know, if it wasn't in single digits, it was too many.
Yeah. And right now, you know, you have 14 turnovers and probably only 14 shots in the first half.
And Beckley turns South over. Here's Adriana Law with it. Gets into the lane, puts up a 12-footer, back iron no good. Battle for the rebound, and South comes out of there with it. So you figure Beckley's turned it over 14 times, Eric, and only down by 1, and could be more, and they're down by 4. That's a 3-ball, and that 3-ball is put up by Brooke Sandy, and that makes it a 17-13 Patriot lead.
And Brooke Sandy has 7 of the 17 points.
That's a nice pass across the zone by Law to Creasy. Creasy misses the 3, and then Law gets in there and get the rebound as we watch the Little General instant replay.
And here, Parkersburg South just does a good job of finding at the top of the key, Sandy knocking it down. That would be her first 3 of the game and her 7th point.
Like I said, Eric, I like that skip pass across the zone from Law to Creasy. Creasy missed the 3, and then Law going in for the rebound. It's a held ball, goes back to South. So here's South on the attack. Have the ball and up 4, and there's a Beckley foul. And that's going to be the first foul of the game on Beckley. That's hard to believe, Eric. With 3.5 to go till halftime, Beckley commits their first foul.
Yeah, and I think that whistled, Josie Cross.
Or Hopkins, or let's see. No, Hopkins not even in the game. I beg your pardon. You're right. It was Cross. I beg your pardon.
And right now, that is the first. That's one thing that the Flying Eagles are doing, right, not fouling.
Yep, as Cross gets a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds in front of the Beckley bench. But, Eric, a lot of this I kind of expected since it is the first game for Beckley. And even though South has played a game, they still look like they're figuring things out, too, only their second game of the year.
Yeah, as we stated in our opening, South's playing, you know, they're playing a few young girls as well, a couple of sophomores in the starting lineup.
As Wingrave misses that 3, Dillon on the attack for Beckley, puts it on the deck, gets the ball down low. Zukowski off the window, in and out, heartbreak. That was a good look, and Cross had the rebound. She couldn't handle it, but what a good look for Zukowski. Just a tough break. That ball didn't stay down.
Yeah, good-looking shot. The ball just rimmed out, but if Beckley's going to solve this zone, right there is who they need to feed is Olivia Zilkowski. Figure out a way to run some screens, you know, play 2-man ball on one side with her to get it down low.
And more times than not, that shot will go in. That was just a heartbreak because Zukowski had a nice touch. It just wouldn't stay down. Here's South with the ball. 3 minutes to go in the half, and South with a 4-point lead and possession. Ball goes over to Bosley. Bosley puts it on the deck. Now Bosley on the dribble. They have a new player in there is Graham. Is going down the lane, putting up the short shot is Wingrave, and it's no good. And we'll have a travel, and it'll stay with South.
And seemed like the intensity is picking up a little bit more on defense for the Lady Flying Eagles in that last possession.
So here's South inbound on the baseline. They throw the ball back out high. Here's a deep three, and it's a long rebound comes to Zukowski. Gets the ball over to Abby Dillon. Dillon races the ball across the midcourt stripe. Dillon between the circles, South back in the zone. Dillon whips the pass over to the wing. Now they get the ball to Zukowski, and then the ball is knocked out of Zukowski's hand, and then Zukowski will commit the foul. So that's her first, team second. And another thing, too, Eric, with 16 fouls South has, Beckley can be aggressive and try to attack the zone. Beckley's only committed 2 fouls.
Yeah, and right there I think that was a frustration foul by Olivia Zukowski. She got the ball in the lane where she wanted to, and it was tipped away, and she immediately fouled.
So Beckley will knock the ball out of bounds. It goes into the corner. So South will inbound right in front of the Beckley bench, as you can see. Brooks Sandy will put it in play. Sandy looks, will get the ball to Bosley. Bosley out high between the circles. Bosley with the pass here on the left side. Now they go into the left corner with the ball, and they whip around the horn on the right side. Here's a three on its way. Too strong, and we've got a out of bounds back over to Beckley as that 3 ball was put up by Brooks Sandy. So Beckley will have possession of the ball, Eric, and we've been stuck on 17-13. Neither team has scored in a while.
Yeah, and right now South has gone real cold from the 3. They've knocked down 2 out of their 12 attempts.
Yeah, South has missed their last 10 shots from the floor. So here is Beckley on the attack. Beckley struggled to score, and they turn it over. Back the other way is South. Going in right of the lane, no good, but there's the rebound. The putback is no good, and South comes still out of there with it, so they'll get a third chance. That's Small into the game for South, and there's a 3 knocked down.
Taylor Graham.
Biggest lead of the game right here at 7 for Parkersburg South at 2013. Zukowski trying to answer with the 3, and that's too strong. Back the other way is South. Beckley might need a timeout if South scores here. They go, put up the short shot. Count if it goes, and Dillon commits the foul. And right now, South is taking it to Beckley as we watch the Little General instant replay.
And a great job by South here in transition this is on the 3.
The one before on the 3.
Yes, and that was a great-looking stroke by Taylor Graham.
And then here's
Parkersburg South.
Excuse me, Eric. Here's Brooks Sandy's trying to polish off a 3-point play. The first free throw of the game for South. They're up 9. Their biggest lead. The free throw is no good. So the biggest lead of the game is right here at 9 points with a minute and a half remaining in the first half. And Beckley's got to find some offense, Eric. And Zukowski in the lane as Beckley turns it over. And, boy, Beckley's approaching, almost 20 turnovers here before halftime.
Yeah, I have them for 18 turnovers right there after that turnover. And South's defense is really taking control of this. This zone has pushed the Lady Flying Eagles way out of their comfort zone as far as getting into their offense.
Samala Nelson will check into the game, but you're right, Beckley has not been able to get out in transition and get the easy layup. South has made Beckley work. Beckley's really struggled and grind to get the 13 points that they have.
Yeah, and you're correct. They're not getting any good looks at the basket, and as we have
Bosley
just takes it to the rack and scores.
Biggest lead of the game at 11 right here, 24-13, 110 for the half. And it has been a nice little run by South. It's a 10-0 Parkersburg South run to take this 24-13 lead, and we'll have a foul on South, and it's free throw time. South over the limit. So Abby Dillon will get to the line. She'll shoot the 1-and-1, but Eric Beckley's got to the line 7 times, making 3 of them.
Yeah, and right now you desperately need to cash in at the free throw line if you're Abby Dillon to try to stop this run by the Parkersburg South Patriots.
It is a 10-0 run. Free throw is good, and that does stop the bleeding, at least for now, as we go back to watch this instant replay.
You see Abby does a great job on the Little General instant replay of attacking the basket, not settling for the jumper. As she knocks down the second, that will be her 5th point of the game.
Yeah, Beckley has now made 4 straight free throws, and they trail 24-15. South with the ball. We're under a minute for the half. So here's South with the ball on the left side to Bosley. Gets the ball out between the circles. Ball goes to Small. Small now with the pass over to Sandy. Here's South with Taylor Graham with it. And here's Dillon with the steal, and they thought maybe it was going to be a foul. But it looked like it could have easily have been a foul, but the possession will stay with Beckley.
Yeah, and Beckley was fortunate enough to retain possession right there. A lot of contact, but they're letting them play a little bit.
Yeah, they let them play through the contact. So I think this is an important possession right here with 33 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, need to get a good quality shot if you're the Lady Flying Eagles right here, Maris.
So here's Beckley with the ball. Cross has it way out high, looking at the zone. Brings it to Dillon on the right side, trying to get the ball to Nelson inside. They get the ball to Hopkins right there, head of lane, 14-footer. Nice shot by Hopkins, knocks it down, 24-17. South probably will hold it for the last shot as we're approaching 13 seconds left in the half, as you can see. And you can watch it play out here. Last shot time for South.
Abby Dillons does a lot of putting a lot of pressure on the point guard for South as the Lady Flying Eagles are whistled for a foul. I think that's going to be on Adriana Law. Will be her first.
It is, Eric,
fourth.
But it's not a bad foul because it makes them take the ball out with 5.6. And Beckley can be aggressive as South's going to take a 30-second timeout. But if you're Beckley, you want to make them obviously take the most difficult shot. But if somebody's beating you, you can just reach out and foul them and make them take the ball back out because you only at the fourth team foul.
Yeah, no chance of sending them to the line, and you can be aggressive on defense here, maybe overplay and try to get you a layup.
So South led 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, and South's biggest lead was double digits at 24-13. And Beckley has trimmed it to 24-17. Beckley's got to the line 9 times, and Beckley has made 5 of 9 at the line. South only has been to the line once, and they haven't made it. And South leads in the game 24-17. But I think one of the biggest stories is the turnovers Beckley's had in this first half.
Yeah, I have them down for 18 turnovers, and that's just way, way too many. You don't want to see that in the game. And to have that in the first half, you're just fortunate only being down 7 if you're Coach Neighbors' Flying Eagles.
And, Eric, I think you would agree, no matter what happens on this possession, and if you're Beckley, obviously you want to stop, but I think the brain trust of Beckley's going to have to find a way to break this zone in the second half.
Yeah, the zone is definitely created a lot of trouble for
So last shot time for the Patriots. Let's see what they do with 5.6 remaining in the half. And let's get a good look. A 15-footer left of the lane, no good. Beckley gets a rebound, and there could have been a foul. They don't call it, and that would have put Dillon at the line, and that's how the half will end. So at the end of the first half, your score, Parkersburg South leading Beckley 24-17. We'll take our second quarter break, come back, recap the first half, give you stats as you are watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Welcome back to Beckley as the Lady Flying Eagles trail by 7, 24-17 to the Lady Patriots of Parkersburg South. Beckley scored the first 5 points of the game. Then South went on a 10-0 run and got up 10-5. Then Beckley scored the last 3 of the quarter, and it ended 10-8 in favor of Parkersburg South. In the second quarter, they went back and forth with South up 12-11. Beckley took the lead at 13-12. South back up 14-13. South opened up the biggest lead of 11 at 24-13, and at the break, Parkersburg South's in front, 24-17. We'll take our halftime break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
What's important to you when buying windows, siding, and doors?
Is it energy savings, cost, quality, warranty, or perhaps color options, low maintenance, service, or financing options?
Or all of the above. Window World offers it all. We listen to your needs and go above and beyond your expectations. Schedule your free, no obligation, in-home estimate by calling Window Road of Beckley today.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. Gross. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Welcome back to Beckley. At the break, it's a 7-point advantage. As you can see on your screen, Parkersburg South leading Beckley 24-17. Biggest lead was 11 in that first half at 24-13. As we get ready for Eric to give you the numbers, the team and individual totals of the first half are brought to you by Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inn in Kanawha City. Just go to redroof.com for more information on events if you're going to the capital city and about availability as far as rooms are concerned. That's Red Roof Inn, Kanawha City in Charleston. All right, Eric, first of all, if you want to give the individual totals, then we'll get to the team totals.
Yeah, the individual totals for the Beckley Flying Eagles were led in scoring by Adriana Long. She had 9 points in the first half, and Abby Dillon follows it up with 5. For Parkersburg South, Brooke Sandy leads the way with 11 points, and Grace Sandy has 6 with 2 long balls.
So you have the team totals as well.
Yeah, the team totals. Both teams are shooting in a very anemic
very
rate.
Poorly. Yeah,
very poorly. Woodrow only able to get up 19 shots, and they had 18 turnovers in the first half. They finished 3 for 10 from 3-point line, and 2 of 9 from long range, 5 of 19 shooting in the first half. That's a 26% clip. Parkersburg South got up double the shots. They were 11 for 38 total from the field. That's a 29% clip. They were 7 of 20 from 3-point range, and 4 of 14, or 6 of 20, 6 of 14 from the 2-point range.
And Eric, you look at the free throws, Beckley got to the line 9 times, making 5. South only got to the line 1 time, and they didn't make it. So you look, Beckley shot poorly, missed 4 free throws, turned the ball over, you said, 18 times?
Yes, 18 times.
And just only down by 7.
Yeah, but if on the flip side, Maris, you look for South coaches to probably say you need to even this foul situation out here in the second half. So Beckley, look for Parkersburg South probably be a little more aggressive, trying to go to the hole and trying to get to that free throw line.
Well, we'll take our final halftime break. We'll come back. We'll have Eric give you the Beckley Auto Mall keys to the second half. When we return, you are watching live streaming coverage of girls high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is that first sip when you taste the peppermint chip pieces. It's like catching snowflakes on your tongue. and it just feels like the holiday season has begun.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. It tastes like it's just the top of the line peppermint. For me, no milkshake is topping the Peppermint Chip Milkshake.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bank at City.
Welcome back to Beckley. We've got our crew here. The heavy hitter is here, of course, Mr. Nick Eskins. He's providing security and camera. Our producer, director, and engineer, Andrew Boland, with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Beckley down 7, Eric, at the break, 24-17. The Beckley Auto Mall keys to the second half are brought to you, of course, by Beckley Auto Mall. Go see Rick Lewis, Mike Earhart, Chuck Bentley, or John Fornash. Get the keys to the vehicle that will fit your budget. So, Eric, what's the budget in mind for Beckley and for Parkersburg South as we dive into the second half?
Well, the Beckley Flying Eagles is simple. The key to them trying to pull out a victory this evening would be to curtail their turnovers. I mean, 18 turnovers, that's too many for a game, and to have one in the half, they're fortunate just to be down 7 points. And if you're Parkersburg South, you have to go in liking your chances now. You shot 29% from the field. Get some of these shots to fall, and you may be able to pull out a big road victory tonight.
Another thing I think I can just add to that, and I think you would agree, Eric, big key is, and you touched on it several times in the first half, which I totally agree, the tempo, and I think the zone really bothered Beckley. Beckley did not get any easy baskets, any easy looks or layups to the hoop and that fast break baskets in that first half.
You're right. They need to get some easy looks, and like their defense become an offense, to use your term, which is a good term. But if you think about it, the tempo changed after Beckley jumped out to a 5-0 lead, and then Parkersburg was able to go on a 10-0 run, and that was based on their defense. They really stifled them, and the 10-0 run was fueled by turnovers by the Beckley Flying Eagles.
As a matter of fact, Eric, South has got 2 10-0 runs, one in each quarter. As you mentioned, down 5-0, took the 10-5 lead, and it was 14-13. They scored 10 in a row to go up 24-13.
Yeah, and you need to stop the runs if you're Beckley, and the way to do that is stop turning over the ball and turn it up defensively. They really need – you're right. I think the key to this third quarter early is to try to get some easy transition buckets if you're Parkersburg, if you're the Beckley Flying Eagles. And if you're Parkersburg South, you want to extend that defense, that 3-2 zone, which is morphed into a 1-2-2. Every now and then they're really extending the offense of the Flying Eagles.
So we're waiting for the teams to break for their huddle. While we got a minute, I want to tell you that if you want to follow the West Virginia Mountaineers, as the Mountaineers are playing UConn tonight in the Coliseum, but not just tonight, but throughout the course of the season, you can hear all the Mountaineer basketball games live on J104, 104.5, and also the Mountaineers, Eric, as you well know, being a WVU fan, will take on Minnesota in the bowl game on December 28th. You can also hear that game on the Mountaineer Sports Network on your local affiliate 104.5 J104. So we're ready to start the second half. Beckley will inbound the ball. They trailed 24-17. Beckley, however, scored the final 4 points of the first half. So I think this is a big possession, Eric, as we start the second half. And Beckley throws it away as soon as I say that. So here comes South on the attack. South, here's a 3-ball from the right side. Back iron, no good. That 3-ball was put up at that time by Brooke Sandy. Here comes Dillon with it for Beckley. Left of the lane, they cut her off, gives the ball to Creasy. Creasy takes the ball out between the circles. Over to Law, nice move, puts it on the deck, little floater and scores. That's a nice play, Eric, because Adriana Law has the threat to shoot the 3, able to put it on the deck and score.
And that was a great dish by Creasy as she penetrated and as Beckley almost creates a turnover, and a great dish here. Creasy penetrates, nice bounce pass, and a nice little floater by Law.
Nice soft touch by Law. Going back into the first half, Eric, Beckley's now scored 6 in a row to cut the lead to 5 when they were down 11, now down 5 at 24-19. South on the attack. Here's Beckley playing man-to-man. Ball comes right side, attacking the rim, going to the basket, puts a shot up, no good.
A lot of contact.
Yep, they're letting him play. Here comes Beckley on the attack, and Dillon with it. Over to Law, she thought about the three, nice head fake, gets to the free throw line, puts up the shot, in and out. Heartbreak as it rattles in and out. Cross with the rebound and the putback. Cross able to finish. Beckley now was down 11. They've scored 8 in a row. They've trimmed the lead to 3, 24-21. Here's Adriana Law with the steal, and they're going to call a held ball. And South will keep the possession, but the crowd doesn't like that. Brian Neighbors doesn't like that. See if we can get that on the replay, because it looked like Law was going to be off to the races, Eric.
Yeah, if we're looking here on the Little General Instant Replay, Law does a great job at just tying it up and stealing it. It was pretty quick whistle there on the jump ball.
Here's South on the inbound. Ball's over on the left corner. There's a lot of contact, and now they do blow the whistle. That's Zolkowski, and that was a foul.
That was the correct
But
call.
I will tell you this, based on all the contact that they haven't called, it wouldn't have surprised me if they didn't blow the whistle, but you and I both thought that was definitely a foul.
Yeah, definitely a foul. Just Olivia just a little too late on her rotation right there. But as you can see, the Lady Flying Eagles are coming out in the second half and turning up the D.
Here's a 3-ball, and that will be out of bounds. And that 3-ball was put up by Skylar Bosley. So here's Beckley with the chance, Eric, to get within 1 or even tied if they can score 3 either by a 3-ball or the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and Beckley's starting out a little hot shooting. They're 2 or 3 from the floor as Parkersburg South has continued with their coach spell.
Here's Beckley. Zolkowski trying to tie it with a 3-ball, and she does. Zolkowski rings a 3. And Beckley has come all the way back. The Flying Eagles have scored 11 in a row going back to the second quarter, and we're all even at 24. South with the 3. It's an air ball, but they get the offensive rebound. Shot put up, no good, but there's a foul. The foul's going to be on Dillon, and getting to the free throw line is Bosley as we watch the 3-ball by Zolkowski.
Yeah, Zolkowski does a great job. She says, you're stifling me on the inside with this zone, and let me step out and show you I have some range. Good-looking stroke there.
It was. They gave her, as you mentioned, they gave her room, and she was able to knock down the 3. Meanwhile, Parkersburg South, Bosley knocks down the 3. This will break a 11-0 Beckley run. That's only the second free throw that South has attempted. This will be their third, and she makes them both. So South is 2 of 3 at the free throw line, and they lead by 2, 26-24. Creasy with it, over to Dillon between the circles. Now the ball is kicked. They don't blow the whistle. Trying to get the ball inside, and it will stay with Beckley as it's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, right there, clear kick balls. This is probably the first game for, the refs right now. This fast pace, but they're having all kinds of trouble, Beckley, of getting the ball inside.
They try to get the ball to Zolkowski. Zolkowski now gets the ball to Cross. They double-team Cross, trying to get the ball inside the Law, and there was nothing there, and they throw it away. So back the other way, here comes Parkersburg South with Bosley with it. Passes the ball inside, and a lot of contact and no whistle as 2 players are down, 1 from each team. Adriana Law up under the basket. She is down, and the young lady for Parkersburg South, Carly Schaefer, she is shaking up her. Is that beg your pardon? That's Skylar Bosley. But Adriana Law looks like she's in a lot of pain under the basket.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this replay here.
Yeah, let's see what happened here.
I don't know if they bumped knees as they came.
It looked like Law went up for the block shot, and she came over top of the young lady for South, but Law is hurt up under the basket to our right.
Yeah, let's just hope it's nothing serious for Law, as we stated in the beginning of the game. She's just now coming back off an injury after sitting out all of last year. Now, I would hate to see either one of these players, lost for the year.
So while we got a break, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll come back. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia High School athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we're back at Beckley, and we can see that Adriana Law is still down. And, Eric, you know, we never want to speculate, but when we went to break, she was down. And all through the commercial time and now back, she is still down. And you hate that because, as you stated, you know, she was hurt last year. You know, last year when she was hurt, it was her arm. This looks to be like either a knee or an ankle from where they're working on her. And like I said, I don't want to speculate because you just never know about these things.
Yeah, and I think they're probably just trying to check the stability of the knee. To see, you know, what it may be. And I'm with you on that, Maris. It would be a shame for her to come back after working hard to come back from the injury she suffered last year and you know, to be down on this court right now. That's a tough situation.
Yeah, and just watching her body language, she looks like she's in a lot of pain. Like I said, don't want to speculate on any type of injury, but hopefully she'd be able to continue, but the main thing is her health long term, and if she can't finish the game tonight, then at least they'll have her back for the remainder of the season, we hope.
And plus, we would be remiss not to mention the injured player for Parkersburg South as well. As I can see, they're starting to attend Skylar Bosley. She was the leading scorer in their first win against Hurricanes, so that would be a major loss for both teams, 2 starters down and out.
Yeah, well, now Adriana Law able to get up and now make her way. She's limping toward the Beckley bench, and as you mentioned, her and Bosley collided on that play. It's a 2-point lead, as you can see on your screen. South up 26-24 with 5.5 to go in the third quarter. And Beckley, though, Eric, I think they've really started this third quarter pretty good. They've outscored South 7-2 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, 7-2. They're 3 of 4 from the field, Beckley, right now. You know, after that, the way they shot in the first half, 26% from the floor, that's a good start to your third quarter.
You know, Beckley was down back in the first half 24-13. They scored the last 4 points of the half to make it 24-17, and they came out and they got the game tied by scoring the first 7 points of this third quarter. Now they're down 2, 26-24. South will inbound the ball on the baseline, and put the ball in play will be Brooke Sandy. So we're back to action. South with the ball in a 2-point lead. And the ball is knocked out of bounds by the hustling Sarah Hopkins.
And Sarah Hopkins is really giving the Flying Eagles great minutes off the bench right now. She looks like she's really improved her game from last year.
And, you know, one of the players we haven't seen tonight, I was a little surprised, we haven't seen Bella Staples yet tonight. She was an integral part over the last couple of years for Beckley. Here's South with the ball. And Beckley looks like they have turned up their defense intensity. Here's a drive down the lane, little runner, bank shot, and it will be disallowed. It's an offensive foul. And as soon as I say that, Beckley able to turn up the defense and take the charge.
Now, Olivia Zukowski does a great job of staying in and, you know, and receiving the contact from the driving. I think that was
Wingrave.
Wingrave.
Yes.
Great penetration, but just drove a little too deep to pick up the offensive foul.
So Beckley with a chance to tie or regain the lead if they can hit a 3-ball. Hopkins has it on the far side. We're approaching 5 minutes remaining third quarter. Beckley down a bucket, 26-24. And Hopkins just took her eye off of it, and Beckley turns it over for the 19th time.
Yeah, that was just another mental mistake by.
Here's that last replay, and you're right. Zukowski did a great job of taking that charge. So here's South with it as Bosley will walk it up. Dillon on her. Bosley takes the ball to the left side of the floor. There's a pass over to Wingrove, I beg your pardon. And the ball's turned over. Here's Zukowski with the 3-ball, trying to get the lead in and out. No good, hard break as Wingrove clears the rebound for South. Back the other way are the Lady Patriots. Here's an open 3 on the left side. It's too strong. That 3 was taken, and here's a putback, no good. The 3 was taken by Brooke Sandy, but South able to get the rebound and draw the foul. And it'll be a couple of free throws, and getting to the line will be Hannah Wingrove. As she scored 8 points in their victory over Hurricane, she'll be at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and I think Cross is going to pick up, Josie Cross will pick up her second foul. That will be the team's third.
And the first free throw is no good. South is 2 of 4 at the free throw line. And the first one is no good, so Wingrave will shoot the back end of the two-shot opportunity. Free throw is no good. She missed them both. South 2 of 5 at the line. Here's Beckley with the chance to tie, regain the lead. Dillon over to Hopkins. 3-ball on its way. Got it! Raining from the right wing is Hopkins, and Beckley regains the lead, 27-26. That was a nice shot by Sarah Hopkins.
Yeah, she was able to step in rhythm and really stroke that one.
South trying to answer back. That's in and out by Shamlin. Beckley with the rebound. Here comes Dillon with it. Across the midcourt stripe. Dillon penetrates into the lane. Dillon, a little floater from 13. Count if it goes, and she's fouled. Abby Dillon right down the center of the lane. And Beckley's in front, 29-26, and Dillon will try to polish off a three-point play.
And great penetration by Abby Dillon, getting in there amongst the trees and able to release it and get the foul. And she's normally a good free throw shooter, so let's see if she's able to knock this one down. And it's good to see Adriana Law back into the contest.
Beckley is the team, 5 of 9 at the line. Dillon will try to polish off a three-point play. Beckley has outscored South in this quarter 12-2. And here's Dillon trying to polish off the three-point play, and she can't do it. So Beckley 5 of 10, but they get the offensive rebound. Zokowski with the putback. Beckley up 31-26. So Beckley was down 7 at the break. They lead by 5 here, and here's a steal by Sarah Hopkins. Hopkins taking it coast to coast. Now she waits for her teammates and gives the ball to Dillon. Back to Hopkins. Want to get the ball inside of Zokowski. She probably should have shot that one, Eric. She had an open look.
Yeah, that was being a little too unselfish right there. She should have taken that open look.
Here's South with Bosley driving to the basket. No good. Law comes down with the rebound. Beckley finally getting the pace that they want. Here's Dillon on the move. Goes into the lane, puts up a shot. They strip her. Back the other way comes Parkersburg South. This is more Beckley's game, Eric. Up and down the floor, coast to coast.
Yeah, they've been able to turn the tides defensively now and create tempo.
Grace Sandy puts up the shot from the corner. No good, but South maintains the possession. We're approaching 3 minutes for the third. Beckley up 5, as you can see on your screen, 31-26. Here's Sandy, right side, 3-ball, got it. That was a nice-looking shot by Grace Sandy. She hits a 3, and that trims Beckley's lead to 31-29. A timeout by Parkersburg South, and this is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But, you know, the one thing about it, Eric, I think this third quarter is the way that Beckley wants to play.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, man. In both it's a tale of two halves right now. Parkersburg South was able to control the tempo with the zone, and now the defensive intensity of the Beckley Flying Eagles has been able to push the tempo to an up and down pace that they want to create.
Yeah, because in the first 2 quarters, Beckley scored in single digits, 8 in the first quarter, 9 in the second. They've already put up a 14 spot here in the third, and we're just under 3 minutes with 2:57 left in the third.
Yeah, and the thing is with this pace, I don't know how deep Parkersburg South's bench is, but it seems like right now they're running with six players, and if Beckley's able to create this tempo, it'll be tough for Parkersburg South to really keep this pace up.
I thought Abby Dillon's played really well. The freshman sensation we're talking about, she has played well. And it's been really a good total team effort from Beckley to this point. As out of the timeout, Beckley will have it up to 31-29, as you can see on your screen, with 2:57 left in the third.
Let's see, they have a stoppage of play here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the official and the Parkersburg South coach is discussing, but whatever it is, I guess they've got it squared away, and Beckley with possession of the ball. Now looks like South might extend the pressure. Here's Dillon. Looks like they might go with the trap here. That's what they're trying to do, trying to trap the ball at midcourt. Dillon over to Creasy. Creasy on the dribble, penetrates up under the basket, and the ball's knocked out. It'll stay with Beckley.
Yeah, that will stay with Beckley, and you're right. It looks like they're trying to Parkersburg South extending this defense, really trying to make it tough for the guards to push it over top.
Yeah, trying to get the ball out of Dillon's hands. And Dillon gets the inbound, spots up, 3-ball, left side, too strong. South gets the rebound. And here comes Parkersburg South out of there with it with Hannah Wingrave. South with the pass, wide open, right of the lane, lay it up and in. Parkersburg South's Grace Sandy wide open. And just like that, South is on a 5-0 run and tied the game at 31. Here's Creasy with it. She has the ball stolen away. South's got numbers. Back the other way, layup, lay it up and in. South scores again, and they've got a nice little run, and that is Shamlin. And Beckley coach Brian Neighbors wants a timeout. 33-31 the lead for South. And we will take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching live streaming coverage of girls basketball here on Video Productions.
This one's for everyone who spends the amount of time it would take to watch a movie, agreeing on which movie to watch. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
And we welcome you back to Beckley. Flying Eagles down 2, and Eric, this game's had a lot of twists and turns. Lead's been changing back and forth.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs here in the second half.
Beckley with it. Hopkins gets the ball over to Zolkowski. She puts it on the deck. They double team her over to Dillon. Dillon into the lane, throws the ball out to Adriana Law, puts it on the deck, gets a little closer, shoots a shot, and grazes the front of the rim. Beckley keeps the possession. Law puts it back up and draws the foul. Good hustle by Adriana Law. She's hobbled a little bit. She was injured earlier in the game if you're just tuning in. And, Eric, she stepped inside the three-point line. It grazed the front of the rim, but she was able to stay right with it to get the offensive rebound and draw the foul.
Yeah, she did a good job of following her shot. And let's see if she can cash it in here on the free throw line.
Well, Beckley has a team only 50% at the line, 5 of 10. As this free throws number 11 and 12, as here's that last play on the replay by Law drawing the foul. So Beckley within a point as Law makes the first of 2. And here comes free throw number 12 for the team. And that's too strong, but Zolkowski with the offensive rebound. They knock it out of her hand. The ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go over to Parkersburg South. So Law able to make 1 of 2, and Beckley is 6 of 11 at the free throw line.
And let's hope that those free throws may loom big here in the fourth quarter.
So here's South on the attack. Skylar Bosley with it. Beckley playing man-to-man. Bosley out high, gets the ball on the right side. Ball goes over to Wingrove. She loses the ball. Creasy comes out of there with it. Here's Creasy on the move. Races the ball across the midcourt stripe. Takes the ball to the right wing. Now wheeling and dealing. Gets the ball knocked out of her hands. It'll stay with Beckley.
Yeah, Creasy did a great job of trying to reset the offense there. And Parkersburg South extended its defense. Their hands have been really active here in the third quarter.
And that was a heads-up play by Creasy. She didn't force it. It was nothing there. Now Beckley throws it away. 2-on-1. Here's South. Right of the lane, the easy layup is scored. A Beckley turnover turns into an easy layup for Brooke Sandy, and it's a 35-32 South lead. Boy, those turnovers that end up in layups on the other end really – the turnovers are bad, but when you give a layup on the other end, it really kills you. Creasy reverse layup, no good. And we've got a travel to go back to Beckley.
Yeah, Creasy did a good job of penetration and just missed the layup on the reverse.
Law will check back in. She's hobbling a little bit, but she'll check in as Hopkins will have a seat. 1:04 for the third. And Beckley down 3, 35-32.
Yeah, it looks like Law's going to try to gut it out right here with this injury.
They get the ball into Dillon. She'll bring the ball out high. Dillon gets a screen from Zolkowski. Try to go a pick and roll. They give the ball to Law. Law out high, trying to get the ball to cross in the post. Law still on the dribble. And there's a reach-in foul. And, you know, Eric, I know that was a foul, but for all the contact that we had, really in this game that wasn't called, you think that maybe that wouldn't be called, even though I do think it was a foul on a reach-in.
Yeah, it was a foul. And like you said, is going to the bucket it's been a lot of contact and no calls.
Dillon for 3 straight away. Banks it in. Abby Dillon brings rain right down the chute for Abby Dillon and ties the game 35-all. Back the other way is Parkersburg South. Here's Wingrave. Drives to the basket. A lot of contact there. No whistle. Here comes Beckley back the other way. Cross had it. She loses the ball. Here comes South. Game tied. Playing the final 30 seconds of quarter number 3. Here's a lot of contact, and it's an offensive foul. Good job by Zolkowski going back, taking the charge, as it is Bosley committing the foul. Let's see if we got the replay on that charge that Zolkowski takes.
Yeah, she does a good job of setting up. Yeah, that was clearly a charge. It took the contact as Bosley picks up the foul on the player control.
So here's Beckley with a chance to regain the lead. Maybe last shot time here, Eric. I think I would hold it for the last shot if I was Beckley. 18 seconds for the third. Here's Dillon on the move. He gets the ball in the corner, takes the ball back out, trying to get the ball down low to Zokowski, and it was kicked. So with 12 seconds left in the third, what a move by Dillon on the baseline. But, boy, that last three, if she banked it in from the head of the lane, that was outstanding, and it got Beckley even at 35.
Yeah, and it got the crowd into it. The student section for Beckley's a little fired up now. Abby Dillon's been able to infuse a little energy into this game in the third quarter.
Camille Rhodes will check into the South lineup, trying to get the ball to Dillon. They do. Dillon puts it on the deck, gets into the lane, 15-footer right of the lane, needs a roll, got it! And Beckley's got the lead, 37-35. The last 5 points by Abby Dillon. Last shot time for South. Here's a three ball straight away on its way. Count if it goes. It doesn't go, and it hits the back iron. And what an exciting third quarter we have. At the end of three, it's Beckley 37, Parkersburg South 35. You're watching live streaming action here on Video Productions.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dad, what is a backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service of backflow prevention devices. I just call 304-253-HELP, and they'll take care of it the right way.
I thought it was something for the car, so Mom wouldn't hit the house again when she was backing.
Welcome you back to Beckley. We're going to the fourth quarter, Eric, and Beckley shot the ball much better in that third quarter than they did in the previous two quarters.
Yeah, they really came out on fire. They were 7 for 14 combined, 3 of 5 from deep and 4 of 9 from the 2-point.
And South kind of struggled. I think Beckley really picked up their defense intensity in the third quarter.
Yeah, the South was forced a little bit to play out of character. It was up and down there for a couple of minutes when Beckley was able to take control of the lead.
Well, during that break, my phone went off. A lot of people liked that call of Abby Dillon right down the chute, and that was right down the chute from the head of the lane, and she banked it in. She scored the final 5 points of the third quarter, and now Beckley, which was down by 2 at the end of the first quarter, down 7 at the break, lead 37-35 as we head to the fourth quarter.
And right now, the first couple minutes of this quarter will be pivotal for South, and see if they can get that zone to working again to try to slow this tempo down and force Beckley into shooting the long ball and making turnovers.
Well, Beckley will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. It'll be Creasy, Zokowski, Cross. Cross will inbound. Dillon and Law out there. We're ready to go as it'll be Cross to put the ball in play right here in front of us at midcourt. So Cross will get the ball in. She'll get the ball to Abby Dillon. And Dillon will bring the ball across the midcourt stripe. Dillon takes the ball, hands it to Creasy. Creasy gets a screen from Zokowski. Creasy over to Law, open three ball on its way, too strong, but the long rebound is Zokowski. Back to Adriana Law into the lane, and she traveled. She had an open look, and she tried to get a better look, Eric, and she turns it over.
Yeah, just a little extra step. She knew she did it. She's talking to herself as she goes up the court. Well, let's see if they extend this defense and try to put some pressure. Looks like they're going to go a little zone to Beckley, the Flying Eagles.
Yeah, because South had really been cold from the floor, and here's a shot put up, no good, and Zokowski clears the rebound. Zokowski over to Dillon. Dillon brings the ball back up in front of the Beckley bench on the far side. Dillon takes the ball back out. Beckley with the ball and up 2, as you can see on your screen. Game's been back and forth. Ball comes to the left side over to Adriana Law. Law puts it on the deck, now gets between the circles, gets a screen from Zokowski, goes down the lane, and they'll call double dribble, and Beckley will turn it over. And that's, 20-plus turnovers for Beckley, right?
Yeah, 20-plus. I think that's setting it right at 22.
22 turnovers for Beckley. And with 7:10 to go in the game,
23.
Lead by 2, 23 for Beckley now. So here's South with a chance to tie or maybe take the lead if they can hit a three ball. South gets the ball over there in the far corner over to Sandy. Sandy brings the ball back to Bosley. Now they throw the ball back to Sandy over in the far corner. Bosley has it. 3-ball right side on its way. Back iron, no good. Zolkowski clears for Beckley. Here come the Lady Flying Eagles with Dillon in the front court. South back in the zone. Dillon brings the ball back out and will reset the offense.
See, I think South's content now with, slowing the game down with the zone.
Here's Creasy. Law thought about the three. She's a little too far out. Puts it on the deck. Tries to penetrate. Dumps it down for Cross. Beautiful pass. Nice finish by Cross. Left of the lane, and Beckley's up 39-35. Beautiful penetration and a nice pass by Adriana Law.
And right now, both of the freshmen for the Beckley Flying Eagles they're right as advertised. They're playing really good basketball.
Yeah, Josie Cross with a nice finish, and we are going to have a Parkersburg South timeout. And we'll look at this replay when we come back with 6:12. Actually, we'll look at it now before we go to break.
Yeah, Law does a great job of penetrating and finding Cross down low for the easy basket.
So we'll take a timeout. Beckley up 39-35. You're watching live streaming coverage here on Video Productions.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry as we are here in Beckley. Also, we have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, on camera, and our producer, director, and engineer, the talented Mr. Andrew Boland, right beside me and Eric. We look like we're in for a fantastic finish. Beckley up 4 out of the timeout. It'll be Parkersburg South's ball.
Yeah, right now, Parkersburg South, with 6:12 to go, probably needs to get a bucket to try to tie this game up.
Here's a 3-ball, and that's no good. The battle for the rebound. Zolkowski comes out of there with it, and it's taken away. South maintains the possession. South gets a pass over here on the right side. Here's South with it now. They throw the ball over onto the left wing, which is Sandy. Sandy penetrates left baseline. 10-footer hits the side of the backboard. She gets her own rebound. Diller ties her up. It'll be a held ball possession. We'll keep it with South.
Yeah, Abby Dillon does a great job. If the bigs are bringing it down for Parkersburg South, she does a good job of sloughing off in the lane and getting the held ball.
Skylar Bosley to put it in play. Ball comes into Sandy. She puts it on the deck, tacks the rim, puts up the short shot, hits the front of the rim. It's a Beckley foul. And getting to the free throw line will be Brooke Sandy. She'll shoot 2 for the Lady Patriots.
And Brooke Sandy comes to the line. She's 0 for 1. She had a chance for a 3-point play in the second quarter and was not able to cash in.
Yeah, South is a team just 2 of 5 at the free throw line. And 2 free throws coming here, and the first one is good. So Sandy will shoot the back end of this 2-shot opportunity. She trims the Beckley lead to 3, as you can see on your screen, 39-36. So South is now 50% at the line, 3 of 6. Sandy will shoot the back end, and the free throw is good. She made them both, and South is within 2 at 39-37. Once again, South extending the pressure, trying to get the ball out of the hand of Dillon. They turn her over. Here comes South. Here's Sandy, right of the lane, puts up a wild-looking shot. It's no good. Beckley comes out of there with the rebound. Here's Creasy, crosses the midcourt stripe, pass ahead to Cross, a little too high, and it's another Beckley turnover.
Yeah, and that's just a tough pass to make right there, Maris. I mean, it looks like, for all intents and purposes, the player was open for Beckley. But that's just right down the lane is a tough make.
And not only that, I think you'd agree, Eric, if Cross was able to catch the pass, I think she was going to be too far under the basket. I don't think she would have had a really good look at the hoop.
Yeah, you're exactly right. If she does, make that catch, she's looking to shoot right up underneath the basket.
So here's South with a chance to take a lead. Here's a 3-ball in and out, no good. They get the offensive rebound. The shot put back up, no good. And there's Adriana Law coming out there with it. She's grimacing on her leg, but she's able to get that rebound.
And we have a new player in for Beckley. Bella Staples has made her first appearance.
So Bella Staples is, as you mentioned, Eric, getting in for the first time here tonight. She's been an integral part of their team over the last couple of years. Here's Creasy with it, trying to get the ball. They do to Staples down low. She fumbles it, puts the shot up, misses it, gets her own rebound, blocked from behind, stays with it, and draws the foul. And now they're going to call a jump ball. Wow. They're going to call a jump ball. Let's see if we got that on instant replay here.
Yeah,
we do.
Bella Staples got great position down low, got it in. A lot of contact on the second shot, but they called a jump ball. Beckley will retain possession here.
And Adriana Law looks like she's in a lot of pain, Eric. She has to come out of the game. They'll put Cross back in. So Zokowski will put it in play.
I think Adriana, she gutted it out. She may be done for this game.
So they get the ball out to Dillon. Beckley with the ball and up 2. We're under 5 minutes for the game here in regulation of the fourth quarter. Brian Neighbors, the Beckley coach, up, barking out instructions. Here's Dillon. She'll get a screen from Cross. She'll come around the screen over to Creasy. Creasy over to Dillon. Dillon puts it on the deck. Gets inside the three-point line, puts up the shot, no good, and coming out there with it is South. Here's Parkersburg South. Ahead of the field is going to be Sandy. She puts up the shot. Nice play by Dillon. Dillon makes a tremendous play, and we've got a whistle, and we've got a held ball, and South will maintain the possession. That was a nice hustle by Abby Dillon.
Yeah, she missed the shot on the offensive end, and in transition D, let's see if we can get this on the instant replay here.
And we do have it here, the little general instant replay.
Yeah, and she does a great job of hustling back and just affecting the shot enough of the Parkersburg South player.
And not fouling. That's a big play right there by not fouling. So here's South inbounding the ball. Here's a little short shot left of the lane. It's too strong, but they get the offensive rebound, and Cross with the rejection. It'll stay with Parkersburg South. As in there was Abby Smith getting the offensive rebound, and Cross does a good job with the block.
And Parkersburg South once again starting the quarter off 0 of 8. Their only 2 points of the quarter have been at the free throw line.
Well, they start Smith ahead of the lane, and she comes right down the lane. They feed her the ball, and she'll draw the foul. So Abby Smith will get to the line to shoot 2 for Parkersburg South. Will try to tie the game. As you can see on your screen, with 4:18 left here in regulation, the fourth quarter, Beckley maintaining a 2-point lead. Smith at the line. She'll shoot 2. First free throw on its way. Looks good and is. Nothing but net. She's got a nice form, and that trims the Beckley lead to 1, 39-38. So South, this will be their 9th free throw attempt. They're 5 of 8 at the line. Smith trying to tie the game if she can knock this down. Free throw set on its way. Looks good and is. Like I said, she had really good form. And South has made their last 4 free throws. And, Eric, we're all even at 39.
Yeah, and that was like a great looking free throws by Abby Smith. She looked real comfortable at the line, got up there and knocked them down. And those are 2 big makes for Parkersburg South.
So let's see who's going to make the most plays coming down the stretch. We're approaching 4 minutes. Dillon gets the ball to Creasy. Tie game, as you can see on your screen. Crunch time here in Beckley. 4-minute mark. Dillon with the ball into the left corner, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley.
Yeah, and Beckley has to do a better job of not getting the ball in the corner. That's where they want you to throw the ball in the corner on this zone right here, so they can trap it.
And I think that's why Beckley coach Brian Nave is going to call a timeout. Probably going to set up a play here. 4:02 remaining here in the regulation. We're even at 39. While we got a minute, the West Virginia Mountaineers in action tonight. They're playing Connecticut. They're playing that game at the Coliseum in Morgantown. Eric, I don't think the game has started yet. It has.
It has started.
It has yet. Of course, you can hear all the Mountaineer games on your local affiliate, J104. That is 104.5. That's the top affiliate on the Mountaineer Network, and also, as it's been all season long in football and coming up for the bowl game when the Mountaineers take on Minnesota out in Arizona. To my knowledge, I think they're going to play the bowl game in Chase Field, right, where the Arizona Diamondbacks play.
Chase Field, they're playing it there.
And it's December 28, 10:15, and the coverage will start on the Mountaineer Sports Network. I think that'll approximately 7 o'clock for the 10:15 kickoff, and you can hear all the action on your local affiliate of J104, which is 104.5.
Yeah, right now the Mountaineers are down in the second half, 51-49 at the free throw line, trying to cut the lead to 1.
I knew this was going to be a tight game. I know a lot of people don't pay attention to this, but you and I do, Eric. Mountaineers were a 2.5-point favorite coming in this game, and it's about right on that. Only Connecticut's in the lead as they lead by 2.
Yeah, we talk about this a lot. We pay attention a lot to the line because the bookmakers, they don't make too many mistakes.
No, and and I pay attention to the line for a lot of reasons, but one reason to kind of gauge like certain teams, and I had no idea. I know this is one of Connecticut's best teams that they've had in recent years, but I had no idea until you see the line, and that I can kind of gauge them because I hadn't seen them play.
Right. And, on the road, though, it's always a tough out when you come to the Coliseum.
So here's Beckley with 4:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter out of the timeout. The game tied, as you can see on your screen, 39-all. And Beckley will have it, and let's see what play they will draw up here, Eric. I think they will try to get something to the basket. Beckley will throw it away out of the timeout. The ball is loose. Here comes South. They have it. Boy, you sure didn't want that. Here's South packing the basket right of the lane. Little bank shot up and no good. That shot was put up by Shamlin, and Beckley very fortunate that was not a layup by South. We remain tied.
And Bella Staples is making her presence known. That was a big rebound on the defensive end there.
So here's Beckley looking over the zone. You can see on the timer, 3:35 left in regulation here in the fourth quarter, tied at 39. Even though it's not a very high-scoring game, we've had a lot of action in this game. Here's Abby Dillon with it. Zokowski way out high. They need to get her under the basket. I'm sure she'll pass it, and she'll get down in the post. There she goes. She goes going to the corner now.
I think Coach Neighbors is content with trying to get them to come out and play.
12-footer left side, good by Abby Dillon. Right down the chute again, and Beckley regains the lead up to 41-39, approaching 3 minutes for the game. Here's a little short shot put up by South, no good. It's a held ball. Possession arrow will go to Beckley. So now, Eric, with 3:01 left in the game, you have the ball at up 2. Each team has 5 team fouls. I think you want to be aggressive and try to attack the basket.
Yeah, if you're Beckley, I would run some kind of high ball screen here with Abby and Zilkowski as the Lady Flying Eagles turn it over. The pressure gets to them again.
Cross wasn't paying attention as this pressure, as Dillon threw the ball to Cross, and Cross just wasn't in, like I said, wasn't paying attention, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Beckley turns it over as Abby Smith will check back into the South lineup. So South can tie with the 2, take the lead with the 3. Here's Bosley with it between the circles. Beckley going to play zone themselves here. Coming down the stretch, 250. Here's Creasy, thought it almost had the steal. Here's South right down the lane, 6-footer, and they'll call travel. You're right. Skylar Bosley turns it over. So with 2:44, and that's a lot of time, Eric. A lot of possessions still left.
A lot of possessions left, but I love the way both of these coaches for these teams are switching their defenses, not staying with, the status quo. And Beckley was able to almost create a turnover, and they, with the steal, and they do with the walk.
JoJo Longwood into the ball game for the first time for South, trying to get the ball on the low post to Bella Staples, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley.
And right now, Abby Dillon is leading all scorers with 14 points.
She's played really well. And as you mentioned way back in the pregame, freshmen, it doesn't matter anymore. With all the basketball the kids play, both boys and girls, they're all much better at a much younger age.
They all have their feet to the fire.
Yes.
If you go to these AAU tournaments and you play travel ball, as Zukowski catches the ball out of bounds, turns it over.
And, the one thing about it, and you mentioned this, Eric, I thought Abby Dillon and Cross have both settled in. Even though this is their first high school varsity game, they seem very comfortable in this game.
I was going to say, they don't look like they're in awe of anything. This moment's not too big for them.
So Beckley will play a zone. Here's a 3-ball for the lead for Parkersburg South, and it's good as Hannah Wingrave rains a 3, and South is in front by 1, 42-41, 2:22 for the fourth quarter. Beckley down a point. This has got to be a good possession for the Lady Flying Eagles. Trying to regain the lead. Zokowski with the 3. That's too strong. Could tell the minute she shot it. And it is Bosley coming up their rebound. Bosley with the pass ahead over to Gracie Shamblin. Shamblin finishes right of the lane. South has scored the last 5, and they now lead 44-41. Big possession for Beckley. Staples with it. Creasy over to Dillon. Open 3 for the tie. Got it! Abby Dillon reigns a 3, and we're even at 44. 145 here in regulation. What a big shot that was by Abby Dillon.
Hey, she has ice water in her veins, Abby Dillon. I'm telling you, she does not play like a freshman.
South, 3 back the other way. In and out, no good. Zokowski clears. That's a foul. That'll be the 6th foul. The foul will go against Abby Smith for Parkersburg South. So with 1:34 left in regulation, Beckley will have the ball. Tied at 44. That's only the 16th foul. You shoot on the 7th. So the next South foul will get Beckley to the line.
It looks like Abby came up a little lame. Olivia Zilkowski came up a little lame on that play. 1:33 left right here, Maris. This is a big possession.
And Beckley turns it over. Here is the Patriots put up the shot. First one's no good, and cleaning it up is Shamlin. 2-point advantage for South, 46-44. Dillon with it, 1:14 in regulation. Big possession here. Dillon thinks about the three. They now go to Zukowski. Zukowski out high. Next South foul puts Beckley at the line. Zukowski, 17-footer from the right elbow. No good, and now Beckley's going to think about fouling. South under a minute with the ball and up 2. Beckley's got a foul to give. South into the front court. Small into the ball game now. Alex Small with it. Small now gets the ball over to Shamlin, and we're going to have a Beckley foul. That's a foul on Creasy. That's a common foul. So on the next on the next foul, we'll be shooting free throws, as it'll be side out here to Parkersburg South with 43.8 seconds left in the game. Beckley wants a timeout. We'll keep it here, and let's see what Beckley, they're going to have to get a stop here. If you're South, Eric, I think you want to run clock until you get fouled.
Yeah, and if you're South, you started out the game 0 for 3 at the free throw line. Since then, you've knocked down your last 6 chances from the free throw line. So if you're Beckley, you might want to gamble, try to get a steal here early, and if not, really put them to the line. So you want to shorten the game and gain a possession here.
Well, most definitely I would agree with that. I don't think you foul right away. I think with 43 seconds, you might be able to let, 8 to 10 seconds run off the clock if you don't have a steal by then. But what you can't do is overplay and give them an easy layup.
Exactly, and I think that's what Coach Neighbors will probably go over in this timeout. But the last 3 possessions for each team, 2 by Beckley and 1 by Parkersburg South, have been turnovers out of timeouts.
So we'll see what takes place with 43.8 seconds left here in regulation. South with the ball and up 2, 46-44. South led 10-8 at the quarter, led 24-17 at the break. Beckley led 37-35 as we started this fourth quarter. And points have been tough to come by here in the fourth quarter as we're at 46-44 now.
Yeah, definitely, and both teams have answered the call here in the last 3 minutes. If one team has taken the lead, the other one's been able to tie it back up or take the lead. So
let's see what South will inbound, see who they'll have throwing the ball in. It'll be Brooks Sandy to inbound for Parkersburg South. South has made 6 of 9 free throws tonight. So both teams are over the limit. And they will get the ball into Bosley. So Bosley with it. South just trying to run clock. Beckley trying to get the steal. They get the ball to Shamlin. Shamlin with it. Down to 32 seconds. Beckley don't get a steal. They're going to have to commit a foul. And now there's the foul by Creasy. It'll be 1-and-1 time, as it'll be Skylar Bosley, and she'll be at the line.
And Skylar Bosley will step to the line 2 for 2 right now. She looks like she's ready. She's already up and ready to receive the ball. Looks confident wanting to knock these free throws down.
If she makes them both, Beckley won't need a 3. So it'll be 1-and-1. You got to make sure you secure the rebound. The South doesn't put anybody on the lanes, as you can see. And she makes their free throw and makes it a 47-44 lead for the Patriots. So she'll get the bonus opportunity. Bosley set. She got them both. Beckley doesn't need a 3. They're down 4, 48-44, and Beckley will burn a timeout with 28.2 seconds. And, Eric, I think that you want to be quick, but you don't want to hurry this possession because you've got to get a quality shot.
Yeah, you need to get a quality shot here. A quick quality score is what you need with 28.2 seconds. A lot of time to go. If you can go down, if you're Beckley, if you can get a score here, maybe turn them over off of the inbounds. If not, get a quick foul and see if they can miss a free throw.
Right, try to extend the game. As like I mentioned, you want to rush, but you don't want to hurry. And, of course, that's a great quote by the late, great, the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden, one of my favorite coaches.
And he's exactly right. I mean, you don't want to rush, but you need to get a good quality shot.
And, another thing, too, South is over the limit in fouls. So, South, you want to maybe play token pressure. And if I'm South, I think I would stay in his zone. You don't want to foul and have Beckley score with the clock stop.
Yeah, and you hit it on the head. If you're Beckley, you don't need a 3.
You don't.
need a 2.
But I think if you're South, I think that you will probably play a zone and try to make it difficult for Beckley and maybe try to force Beckley to shoot a three. So it'll be Zokowski. Dillon's had the hot hand. It'll be Cross, Staples, and Creasy on the floor. And South will do exactly what I thought they would do, Eric. Not put pressure. They don't want to foul, and they'll get back in the zone and try to make Beckley score over the zone. Here's the Flying Eagles with it. Down 4. Big possession. Dillon with it. Dillon on the dribble. Dillon penetrates over to Creasy. Creasy now to Zokowski. Zokowski over to Dillon. Dillon puts it on the deck. Tacks. Little floater right of the lane. Puts up the shot. No good. Long rebound comes out to South, and Beckley has to foul. They got a good shot. It was a good play. And a little floater on the right baseline. And I know Beckley's disappointed, but I think you can live with that play because it was well executed and it was a good shot.
Yeah, and it just rimmed out. Tough luck for Abby Dillon, but you have to love the little freshman's confidence. She's not scared to take it in.
No.
She's not scared to take a shot.
The moment's not too big for her for sure as Brooke Sandy will be at the line. Free throw's no good. It's 1-and-1 time. And here comes Beckley. Dillon with it. 7 seconds. We apologize. I think as the crowd was making their way to the exits, Eric, someone accidentally unplugged us, and we have the feedback. So we apologize for that. You didn't really miss much there at the end. It's the final score. Parkersburg South has defeated Beckley 50-44. So South is now 2-0 on the young season, and Beckley, Eric, is 0-1. And just recapping the game, it was 10-8, a Parkersburg South first quarter lead. South led 24-17 at the break. South had a 10-0 run in the first quarter and second quarter. Beckley had a strong third quarter and led 37-35 at the end of 3, but South able to make the necessary plays coming down the stretch. We were tied at the 4-minute mark, and South over the last 4 minutes, Eric, able to outscore Beckley and win the game 50-44.
Yeah, and Beckley was stymied again in that fourth quarter. They solved that zone and got the tempo the way they needed it in the third quarter, but South was able to retake claim the tempo with that zone in the fourth and hold Beckley to 7 points in the quarter and pull away for a 50-44 victory.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a break right now, and we'll take the end of the fourth quarter break, and then we'll regroup and come back and give you some numbers of the game. Once again, the final score, Parkersburg South beats Beckley 50-44. You're watching exciting girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
And we're back here at Beckley High School, campus of Woodrow Wilson. Along with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Final score, Parkersburg South defeats Beckley 50-44. South goes to 2-0. Beckley drops their first game of the season 0-1. And Eric is still busy working on team and individual totals. So while he's doing that, like I said, I'll just recap the game real quickly. It was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter in favor of South. Beckley got up 5-0. South scored 10 in a row, and then Beckley scored the final 3 points of the quarter. It was 10-8 after one. At one point in the second quarter, another 10-0 run by Parkersburg South, and they had a 24-17 lead at the break. The biggest lead South had in the game was 24-13, an 11-point lead. Then into the third quarter, Beckley got hot, and they went back and forth, and Beckley led 37-35. Into the fourth quarter, the game got tight. It was tied at 44 with about 4 minutes left in the game, and South able to outscore Beckley over the final 4 minutes, 6-0, and win the game 50-44. So our numbers are brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza Mamma Mia, that's delicious food. You can get it down at the Giovanni's on Glen Daniel, also Leicester Square in Sophia, and also the final numbers brought to you by Red Roof Inn, located Kanawha City. When you make your way to the capital city, check out Red Roof Inn. You can go to redroof.com for reservations. So, Eric, I think you're just about done.
Yes.
And Eric is ready to give us team and individual totals, and I'll turn it over to Eric.
Okay, so Parkersburg South finished the game 17 of 66 from the floor, Mares. But where they made their living in the second half was at the free throw line. They were 10 of 10 in the second half. And that was big, huge down the stretch to pull away. Beckley finished the game 15 of 45 from the field, and it just wasn't enough. They went to the free throw line 12 times and cashed in 7. So the game was lost with turnovers and free throws.
And Eric, before you get into individual totals, what amazes me that South had 66 shots and Beckley only 45, 21 more shots, and Beckley still only lost by 6 points and also had, 20-plus turnovers as well. So there's a lot of things that I know Beckley is disappointed in their first game against a quality team of South, but obviously a lot of things Beckley will have to clean up moving forward.
Yeah, and you're right, and Beckley has to be pleased with the play of their youngsters. The 2 young freshmen really came in, and that is Abby Dillon and Josie Cross, and they really didn't look, like you said early in the game, Eric. They really didn't look like this moment was too big for them.
No, they didn't. They were very comfortable. And Eric, you have individual totals.
Yeah,
for
individual
both teams.
totals for the winning team, Parkersburg South. They were led in scoring by Brooke Sandy. She hit double digits with 13, and Grace Sandy had 11. And off the bench, Grace Sandy came off the bench to net 11. They had 2 more scores almost cashed in on double digits. Gracie Shamlin with 8 and Skylar Bosley with 8. And Skylar was a perfect 6 of 6 and down the stretch free throws. For the Lady Flying Eagles, they were led by a superb effort by Abby Dillon, the freshman, was with 17 points on the night. And Adriana Law coming back from injury and re-injuring herself, but able to gut it out. She finished with double figures with 10. Sarah Hopkins off the bench with 7. And Jamie Cross finished the game with 7.
And Zukowski put in 4, right?
Yeah, and Zukowski rounds out the scoring with 4 points.
All right, final score 50-44. We'll take a post-game break, come back as you're watching live streaming coverage of exciting girls basketball here on Video Productions.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
My name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
What's more important to you when buying windows, siding, and doors?
Is it energy savings, cost, quality, warranty, or perhaps color options, low maintenance, service, or financing options?
Or all of the above, when the world offers it all.
We listen to your needs and go above and beyond your expectations. Schedule your free, no obligation in-home estimate by calling Window World of Beckley today.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
That part,
yeah. And we welcome you back for the final time here at Beckley. As you can see on your screen, Parkersburg South has defeated the Lady Flying Eagles by the score of 50-44. And being Christmas time, we're going to put a bow on this and wrap it up. We appreciate everybody worked hard on this. Mr. Butch Mounts, you know, he, the main guy of video productions, he was here tonight. The heavy hitter, well, I always feel secure when he's in the building, Mr. Nick Eskins. Of course, our director, our producer and engineer is Andrew Bolin. And, Eric, before you and I say our final goodbyes, of course, we were supposed to have had a game last night, which would have been a boys' game, Beckley against Bluefield at the Raleigh County Armory. But because Bluefield went as far as they did in the football playoffs, they're not at full strength. So that game has been moved now to December 22nd at the Raleigh County Convention Center. You and I will have that. And also we were scheduled to have Sissonville against Independence. Independence's first game of the season this Saturday at 5 o'clock. That game will not be played. I don't have a makeup date on that yet, but that game will not be played this Saturday because of Independence making as far as they did to the championship round in football. But so, Eric, for you and I, our next game is not till December 21st. So we'll have a game west side at Independence on the 21st, Bluefield at Beckley on the 22nd, and Greenbrier West at Independence on the 23rd of December. So we won't play for a while, but we'll be busy for 3 straight nights when we do.
Yeah, looking forward to that, and I'll be busy all day before the game, so I'll be ready for that. So I'm excited to get into this basketball. We had a good time in football, and we hope our listeners, our viewers, will follow us along through this great basketball season.
Well, we've got a variety of teams we'll be covering, and we'll be seeing the Lady Flying Eagles more throughout the year as we move on. But once again, we'll wrap it up, put a bow on it. The final score, 50-44, Parkersburg South wins the ball game. So for Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry saying good night, everybody.